So Kyle, you had a job interview recently?
Yes, I did.
How'd that go?
It went really well. Um, I actually had one interview. It lasted maybe about 35 minutes. And then I had a second interview with another gentleman, and that lasted about maybe 12 minutes. So then when I left that interview, I thought, I got this. This is money in the bank. Uh, I feel very confident, and I just went on with my day afterwards. They basically told me we will be in contact with you. We have to get a hold of another guy who's in California, and he's a little bit higher up. He's going to be flying in next week, and then I'll have an interview with him. And that is what I was waiting on to meet this other guy to go to the third interview. And I didn't get a call for about 2 weeks, and then I got a call that he's wanting to interview me. So I actually went in for the third interview with this guy who was from California. And by the way, the company that I interviewed with is Ferrari, and it was a sales position for me to become a salesman selling Ferraris. And after the third interview, I was with this guy for about 25 minutes. We just kept going back and forth, and I left kind of like, it's the feeling of me saying I think I got this job in the bag was kind of like up in the air after having that third interview with this gentleman. And then after that, I went back to my normal 9 to 5, and I want to say a week went by, but between that week of me interviewing with that third guy, I was in contact with the first general manager. I was texting him like, "Hey, kind of like, is there any trying to follow up with the position?" And he said, "We're still reviewing, yada yada yada, etc. We'll get back with you as soon as possible." So then all of a sudden he texts me, let's just say a week later, and he goes, "Hey, when is a good time to talk?" And he actually called me, and I talked to him for approximately about 10 minutes. And he basically said that we want you, but considering that I do not have experience of selling cars at all, and I am in sales, but it's a different kind of sale. I am in retail, and I do deal with a lot of high-end clients. I sell high-end fashion merchandise, and I'm one of the leading guys at my store. For the last 2 years, I've led in sales. From that point, I thought I had the job, but because of my experience that I do not have in automotive, I think that's where they decided to pass on me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't get the job.
Were you disappointed? How did you feel?
I wasn't disappointed in myself. I was just disappointed in being rejected, if anything. I think that's part of pride, more ego than anything, because I honestly did not apply for the position. The general manager happened to be one of my clients, and he basically was like, "I think you'd be great for the company." And the guy brought me in to interview me, and that's pretty much how I even got to get the interview. But what he did have to say was very insightful. He basically said, "You are a strong candidate for the position. We just don't think that you have the sales knowledge of selling a car. So you will be at high risk," meaning someone's coming in to buy this car for $500,000 or $1 million plus. They're going to want to know so much detail about the vehicle, and you only can, and probably me, I will only be able to talk about the luxury side of things as far as the leather, the interior, and then monogramming and yada yada yada. Because I don't know anything about cars. I have not been in that field. It would be something new that I would have to learn. So what he suggested is that I go to Porsche or BMW, somewhere like that, and get my foot wet, get my feet in the door. He was like 6 to 7 months. I think that you would do well there. And then he said, and then I would consider you reapplying or proceeding to come over here to Ferrari. Now, what he did tell me also, he goes, now if you get the job over here at Porsche and you start doing very well, the thing is they're not going to want to let you go. So I'm kind of stuck in the air. Disappointment? No, not really. I was just kind of like, okay. Because like I said, I didn't apply for the job. It kind of just fell in my lap, and then I just took opportunity because, that's, in my eyes, pretty much that's how most things happen. It's networking, word of mouth, and connections. So I feel like I made a good connection, and then also, excuse me. It's not a bad thing to, keep your interviewing skills sharp. You know what I mean? So I'm like always on point. And it wasn't nothing to discredit my position of my employment now. I like what I do. I love the people that I work with. I think I work for a pretty good company right now. And you know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things that, hey, if something can better me and put me and my family in a better situation, financially, I mean, I would have taken it. And, who knows? I could have been miserable 6 months from today. You know what I mean? If the opportunity presented itself of something that I feel like I can do, then I don't mind taking chances. I mean, I drove semi-trucks for 10, 12, 11 years or something like that. And I've traveled the world and I've done all these things, slept in that truck, all these other places. So I feel like if I can do that, I pretty much can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. I wasn't upset. I was just more disappointed in rejection, to answer your question. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you like where you are.
Yes.
But you still took a chance on going to another company.
Right.
Do you think any time down the road you might attempt to learn more about Ferrari and maybe interview again? Or
Well,
is that
I'm sorry.
Is that something you just you don't really think you're interested in?
I don't think that that's something that I would be just getting. No, I'm not. That was never on my radar. I just saw dollar signs and I saw sales, and sales is something you either have it or you don't. And I am a salesman. Period. That's just my field. Is talking to people, and I feel like I can sell anything. I'm very confident when it comes to sales. I don't care what it is. You cannot tell me no. Now, working for somebody and making a salary, I mean, I worked at Citibank, City Mortgage back in the day in a cubicle. That's just not my lifestyle. I mean, I've done it, but I don't want to do something like that. I'm not, no. To answer your question, no, I'm not. No, I'm not into Ferrari, no. That was just an opportunity that presented itself. Now listen, if he calls me back and say, hey, we want you, we want to give it a shot, then I have no choice but to learn. You know what I mean? Because then now I'm in it, so I have to learn. That's just like with fashion. I've never worked in retail, but I like fashion from my standpoint of just me just loving, clothing and like wanting to look nice at all costs and things like that. So when that opportunity presented itself, I just took it a little bit more serious, and now I've reached the pinnacle with that. So if a man comes up to me and say, "Hey, we got a good position for you to sell candles," I mean, I think I'll do that. You know what I mean? It's just like, is it going to benefit me and my family? Pretty much, that's just how it is. Now, I'm not going to do something that's just going to make me miserable. I'm not doing that. So, yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. You can.